Paper 1 reading, you have an hour and 45 for the whole exam, 1 hour for the reading, 45 minutes for the short story. Pause the video if you want more info. So you've got 5 questions. You've got the easy bullet point question, then you've got the other ones picking out words and say why the writer has used those words. You must time manage, look at the clock before each question, always only answer from the line stated. Do 1 page per question so you can go back and add more. Question 1's list 5 things. So try to write a sentence and use the character's name or pronoun to start your sentence. So I'd go through that, list 5 things, whatever the question wanted to. 1 sentence, 1 line for each, move on. Can't find an answer, go back at the end. Question 2, again, so from now on in the exam, you've got to back up every single point you make with a quote. It's a 5-mark question, then do 3 to 5 quotes in 5 or 6 minutes. If it's a 10-mark question, try to do 5 to 10 quotes in 13 minutes or whatever your allotted time is. What we don't want is this, where you've got 1 quote with lots of exclamations. Try to think of it as a quote a mark. This is what we do, want 8 quotes with small exclamations. Okay, what are Connell's thoughts and feelings about dating Rachel? So you'd go through the extract, try to find anything that shows what Connell's opinions are. Always be a human dictionary, pick out a word and say why the writer's used it, what does it mean? So for example, it says he hated the way he acted around her. What do we mean by hate? Dislike, disgust, resentment. So I'd put, I think Connell was unhappy of dating Rachel. He hated the way he acted around her. This shows he's disgusted with the person he was when he was with her. Again, be in a human dictionary, say why the writer has used that word. Each of your answers should probably have the question in blue, the quote in green, and your yellow is your exclamation. Question 3 is the same technique really. This time, how is he missing Marianne? I just want to show you this one because if there's a simple quote, always use a simple quote. You can get a couple of cheap marks. So for example, the question is Connell's really missing Marianne. How does the writer show this? The quote literally says he missed her company. So you can get an easy mark by going, the writer literally tells us that Connell missed her company, 1 mark. If you're trying to do 7 or 8 quotes, you can probably get a couple like that. Question 4 is the impressions question. So what opinion you have of someone. So for example, if the quote was what impression do you have of Connell? He was shaking like a leaf. What opinion do I have of Connell based on that quote? So I would say I get the impression Connell is scared with the quote he is shaking with a leaf. Again, use the word impression because that's the question. Give me your opinion of Connell. Give me the quote to back it up. If you don't use a quote, you won't get a mark. Question 5 is the evaluation question. It's the one that students get the least mark on. Basically because they've run out of time, so don't do that. Basically, agree with the question. In this case, Connell disrespect his friends, treat Marianne disrespectfully. Agree with the question. 5 or 6 quotes. You can do 1 quote where you don't agree. So say the quote is he treated like her a dirty secret. Why does that show she's treated disrespectfully? Well, a secret is something bad. You don't want someone to know a dirty secret is. So remember, little intro. I agree Connell treated Marianne disrespectfully. Then give me the quote. Dirty secret. This tells Reedy he doesn't want people to know about the relationships. He is ashamed of her. Here are the questions and here are examples for each of them. So pause the video if you want to look at those in more detail.